Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. So I'm going to dive right in. Again, it's just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. And here we go. This is light crude oil futures. Small little update today. And this does have the potential to head lower because this is what I'm seeing. We've got a move higher. Nice, good, strong volume. We hit our head on it. We came back down, had a little bit of a larger down day, and it's kind of a weaker bounce. So we could see this roll back over a little bit. How far lower? Probably somewhere in that range and right above this support line here. So that's kind of where I'm guessing we're going to head, and then we'll see where we go from there. If we contract, throw in a bullish engulfing or a hammer pattern or something, then I think we'll be off to the races to the upside. So I would say 85 to 87 to the downside if I were to throw something, or 84, somewhere where this guy is probably a potential pullback if we get one. Natural gas getting sold off a little bit today. We're coming to a support line. It's right around that area. We'll probably find some support there. Looking at XOP, small little update today. We got a lot of resistance above our head. We are trying to go and break above this, but have failed to do so. Doesn't mean we're going lower. Maybe. We might head a little bit lower or sideways or something like that. So it's a possibility. SM Energy thrown in the wick at the top. This still doesn't look horrible. We could see another small down day or two. Maybe we got some sellers still left in there. Before moving on up, CDEV, same thing. Kind of a smaller down day, a little wick at the top. We could have a smaller two down day or something, and then see what. Hopefully, we get a bullish engulfing or something after that. Crew Energy, CWEGF, a small down day today. We're coming back. I like this 250-ish range down here right below it. That looks like a good buying opportunity right on the support line. We've been chopping sideways with Callum Petroleum. Small update today. Big wick at the top. We'll see where we go. Athabasca Oil, we're right above this support line. I'm just backing out so you guys can see the support line. We're dangling above it. Right there is where we're at, this big old support line right there. Put it on a logarithmic fashion. There you go, right at that support line. Recaf, right at the support line as well. We are dangling above it, chopping back and forth in a very small little confined area. Usually when you get in these little areas where kind of, we'll call it relaxes, or where the buyers equal the sellers, that's when a big move usually transpires. So we'll see where this big move goes soon. Northern Oil and Gas, man, this could roll over. We've got the selling pressure here coming on up. We could do a little bit of a rollover or something like that before heading higher. Crescent Point's got that same type of larger sell-off, and then we tried to rally, but we didn't rally. Almost like we want to go a little bit lower before going higher. GTE, a little bit of a wick at the top. We're above this long-term kind of support line, so we could come back and test that the support line and then head higher. Tellurian, smacking its face along its resistance line here. We'll see where we go from there. Pedevco, still just moving sideways, doesn't look too bad. It's just waiting for oil to move on up. Oasis getting a little more selling pressure. We've got a couple of big, strong selling pressure days over here. I would suspect and look for a move that could potentially head lower if oil heads a little bit lower. This one does look a little bit more on the weak side. CRK is still in this support area. I kind of like it down here for a long-term potential hold. So you buy it when it does this retest, and what it's doing is I always buy the retest, guys. It's even if I all like the sector and I see something retesting, like this is a big pattern. We've got a retest here. That's where I want to buy, is right on that retest. And if you look at the big picture view, we get a little bit of like support and resistance through here. Something around there. We've got really good support there. We can draw another line across here. Right here, about there, you get some resistance there. So I think we'll probably go up to this resistance line and see what happens at about $13. We've got good support at about $6 or so. So we're right between that. We've broken this pattern to the upside. Still looking good, I think, for a long-term hold if you guys are patient. Sandridge has been bopping sideways, a little bit of a wick at the top. We could see a little bit of a sell-off. Momentum is coming a little bit to the downside. So sideways to a little bit lower. We got wicks in the bottom here, so we're basically, you know, kind of doing this type of movements or something. Ring Energy still looks really good. We're right at this breakout. We're still sitting there. Everything looks okay. Trillion Energy's been moving on up. Nice, good buying pressure off the dead period. Surge Energy, ZPTAF. We're still above the support resistance line. We're just chilling on top of it. Our cheetah's resting. It's laying down and resting there. Tamarack Valley Energy. We tried rallying today, but it sold off a little bit. This is a dark cloud cover. We could head a little bit lower before going higher. Energy Services, the Vanak Oil Services, we're still hanging in there in this pattern. It is an ascending wedge type pattern where we could break to the downside a little bit, depending on what oil does. Tetra Technologies already coming, spilling out a little bit. Sometimes they do false breakouts and rally from here. Big picture view on TTI though. It's got a really big chart. It's just ready to break out of this at some point. Transocean, RIG, offshore drilling company. Let's zoom in on it. We're right there trying to break to the upside, have a little wick at the top. Again, I think it looks okay. Nothing wrong. Pump getting pumped up. Heck yes. Look at that. It's all pumped up. Hell, I like it. But Pump's got a big pattern that it broke to the upside, and it's ready to go. It's pumped up. So that one looks good. EXTN, this still looks good. It's broken its big downtrend line. Yeah, a little bit, probably like a bloody nose or something. It's just a little bit of a down day today. VAL still above resistance support. I think it still looks good. MRM getting a little bit of a sell-off. I still like it. If we get a return move, I like it here. This chart looks absolutely fantastic from a long-term perspective. We'll go to TDW. This is Tidewater. We're still chopping sideways here off after this massive pump to the upside. And then eventually I think we'll make our way higher. Still looks good. NEX still being the beast that it is. Very large up day up to 695. We do have a wick at the top. This thing is slowing down a little bit, I think. Looking at CHX, a little bit more of a sell-off today. Still chopping sideways underneath this shoulder pattern that will eventually break to the upside, most likely. WHD, Cactus Incorporated, still up here, chilling, going sideways. OII, chilling, going sideways as well. Still looks good, though. No big, large down days over here, so it still looks very strong. Noble Energy, just chopping sideways. Have some support up or resistance up here that we're going to have to break through. And then Helix Energy Solutions is still chopping sideways. It's got a bullish engulfing with a wick at the top. Kind of indifferent on that pattern. But still looking good with this channel going up. I still own it. So that's the energy sector, guys. That's oil and natural gas and the energy service companies. Again, I'm not selling anything. I'm just waiting and watching. We could see a little bit of a sell-off here in oil, pull back a little bit. We'll see where it goes. Maybe we lose or shed a couple bucks, $5, something like that. Then we'll reevaluate at that time. And if we get a nice, good bottoming pattern, we might be in launch mode. Another leg higher or something at that point. But again, I don't try to project or predict the moves going forward. I just look at what the tape is painting and then saying, hey, look, the pressure is either up or down in the short term. Right now, we're getting a little bit of downward pressure in some of them, especially on the exploration side. On the energy service side, it's kind of a mixed bag, kind of a difficult read. But I wouldn't be doing much of anything, guys. The inflation's there. All the tailwinds are there behind us. So, I try not to swim upstream. I like to sit on a big we'll call it like a big tube or something, and just, go downstream and sit on the tube. It's pretty easy. It's not the fastest route to take, but the stream will take you wherever the stream's going. Wherever the tide's going, that's where I'll go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the clip. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.